Welcome to Dr. Dorian's House of Killers, where we take a look at all your favorite killers and see how they could be implemented into Dead by Daylight. Today we are looking at the werewolf, the Lycanthrope. As always, we will start off with the basic stats. Speed 110%, that's 4.4 meters per second. Size would be medium, maybe tall when transformed. Radius would be big, maybe medium, depending upon if he's transformed or not, I guess. The map effect would be a silver spring well. Power 1. Oh, just in case you don't know, and if you haven't seen one of the old videos, I always advocate that killers have two different types of powers, at least in certain areas that they can switch between. So I always have at least one variation of power 1 where a killer could switch to make it more interesting. I feel like that should be implemented, that you don't just see a killer and automatically know, oh, that's his powers, and maybe add-ons change it. That gets a bit more open, or more of a guessing game, at least in the beginning. Anyway, power 1. Huntsman. The Lycanthrope starts with bolas. The bolas can get thrown. In case you don't know what a bola is, it's picture here. If it hits, it stuns a survivor for 2 seconds. Bolas can be reloaded at chests. Alternate power 1, or first alternate power 1. Mark of the Hunter. The Lycanthrope shoots a marking blow dart. The blow dart marks the survivor, which additionally to perks that would have these effects: increase a scratch mark visibility, bleeding when a survivor is bleeding, groans, both the frequency and the volume, and the blood visibility when there's blood on the floor for 2 minutes. It also puts the Lycanthrope into a bloodlust tier 1 and increases the rate at which bloodlust is generated, so it has more of a supporting effect. It takes a little bit longer, but this is, for example, and the stuns are the reason why he's a little bit slower. Also, the third power, which we'll get to. Power 2. Half Beast. The Lycanthrope can sniff every 15 seconds, giving a rough direction in which a injured survivor is. This is on a wide range. As a survivor, could sprinkle yourself with silver spring water, which would shield you then for about 60 seconds. Power 3. Transformation. With every hit and down, the Lycanthrope comes closer to transforming into a werewolf. The transformation stays active for a long time, and reacting it afterwards happens faster. So I would say 4 minutes, 5 minutes, so really something that takes a long time, maybe, or the activation would have to be faster. And but my idea is once you transform, the survivors really have to wait it out instead of doing something else, try to avoid you, because you are a giant wolf man, so... but also the killer needs to have some kind of benefit, and if they can just wait it out and that's it, and you have to do the same thing again, and you don't know how many survivors are there. That's why I wanted to have a long run time, because it's also not something you can voluntarily activate once you down the survivor, or the hit the survivor, the who knows how manyth survivor. The effect automatically triggers, and you have little control over it. That would be the drawback, more or less. in case you can see it as that. Anyway, that's why a long runtime and also an ability to activate it again faster. Maybe with each time it activates, it takes longer. That could also be an option, and it activates faster and something like that. Anyway, okay, now back to the Lycanthrope's vision is reduced when transformed. However, his speed is drastically increased, and he gets 3 new powers. Power 1 is Ascend, Power 2 is Pulverize, Power 3 is Rend. Ascend. Lycanthrope can see the trail of survivors. Silver Spring Water only counters walking and crouching survivors in this situation. So these trails would be visible for quite a while, and it would be sort of like a silver or a light fog that he can just run after. And of course, it would persist for forever, but it would persist for a long time, longer than scratch marks. But if you are doused in Silver Spring Water, then at least crouching and walking doesn't activate the visibility of your smell, whatever. Pulverize. Pallets can be destroyed without being pulled. Walls and pallets are destroyed faster. And the last one is Rend. A leap attack that puts survivors into a dying state. In addition, if it's the third hook, it's more or less an attack mori. So it's similar to the Demogorgon attack, I guess. Only if you put somebody in the dying state, it kills more or less. If you put somebody into the dying state who's on the third hook, who would be dead on hook anyway, it would be a mori, similar to Pyramid Head. And so he's way faster. I wouldn't make him as fast as Legion probably, but still faster than Fast Killer. So maybe something like, I don't know, 120%. If Legion is 120% when activating his sprint, then maybe 118% or something. So that he's faster than, the base killers that are fast. But still, because he has a narrow field of vision, I think I said that, but just in case, he has a smaller field of vision, therefore he has smelling, and he runs fast. Of course, running fast is hard to navigate, as seen with, or it takes some practice, as seen with the Blight. Anyway, yeah. Also perks. Perk 1, Bloodlust. Bloodlust is gained faster by 1, 2, 3, whatever metric we can put in there. I'm not quite sure, but just a way to increase your bloodlust gain. Perk 2, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Survivors on occasion sweat or cry blood. No sound. But bloodstain is generated. If in terror radius, the effect triggers a bit more often. Blood stains from this perk are visible for 5, 10, or 15 seconds, depending upon the tier of the perk. Hex. Barrier. After dropping a pallet while in chase 5, 4, or 3 times, or cast vaulting while in chase 5, 4, or 3 times, a pallet or vault action seal is placed on the survivor. The survivor cannot pull pallets with a pallet action seal and cannot vault fast with a vault action seal. These are my ideas for the Lycanthrope, for the werewolf killer. If you have any suggestions, if you like it, leave a like or a comment. If you have any suggestions, leave a comment. If you have questions or ideas, feel free to pop into my Twitch. chat. I stream Dead by Daylight on Tuesdays and German DB&D on Mondays, and every other week, Wednesdays and Fridays, different kinds of games. Or tweet at me. Until next time, toodles.